Okay, Synchronicities. I mean, I've been making a film now since 2004, 2005, which was created under the guiding principles of synchronicity and the cut-up method by William Burroughs. He's been a huge inspiration. It's a mockumentary piece I've made with my friend and colleague Damon, and we, encountered an extraordinary cast of characters through these interviews, and I believe we captured some of the last remnants of the American counterculture here in New York City. And a lot of the people chosen for the project were related to these concepts of synchronicity, cut-ups, magic, this kind of thing. Anyway, so, I mean, a big part of this experience has been synchronicity. Has been, somebody posting something just after I said something, and this kind of thing, over and over again, or, seeing... I believe that the number of synchronicities I encounter in one day are so off the charts, are so completely improbable that it would be as if someone flipped a coin in front of me 100 times, and 100 times it came up heads. It just, to me, does not seem plausible. If that happened in front of me, I would imagine that there was some sort of trick that was doing it, right? Even if it is a trick, what would compel such a large group of people to do something so hurtful and cruel to somebody on a daily basis, constantly, like hitting them with, hundreds of shocks a day, like a kind of living inside of a constant Milgram experiment. I can't even really understand what would motivate any group of people to do that, but rest assured, that is what's happening. It's been happening, and I gotta get a burrito here.
Ice coffee, you want? More
Hold up. Take a ham breakfast burrito and a large red apple.
¿Ya le damos el queso burrito?
I just went to my favorite little breakfast place here in Bushwick. I call it Bushwick. Some people refer to it as East Williamsburg. I refer to it as Bushwick because it was... Who the fuck cares? I don't need to explain. Anyway, I ordered a ham breakfast burrito and a large red eye, and I do this every day as a part of a kind of ritual. The ham that I'm ordering here represents various people. It's the initials of a woman. It also represents the kind of tendency of certain actors to want to hog the spotlight and this kind of thing, being a ham in terms of performance and this sort of stuff. One of my ex-coworkers is kind of a ham. It represents also the police in some way. There's been a large element of, I feel, a kind of policing of me as an American dissident who has run a news site for approximately 7 years, which was putting out a lot of kind of conspiracy theory information on the Federal Reserve and 9/11 and various sort of basically just kind of calling into question everything. And I believe that this made me sort of the target of this character assassination campaign that I'm undergoing right now, that this is a part of. But anyway, the red eye that I'm drinking, the coffee, of course, represents a certain red-headed starlet. Sometimes these symbols vary. You know, they can maneuver around, they can shift into other things. It also could represent the fact that I'm eyeing a fire sign young lady, you know, who is sort of, for me, a portal through time because of her father and the significance of this figure in my psyche and consciousness. Anyway, so my daily breakfast is a kind of ritual, although I should pick perhaps healthier foods. I'm going to check to see if the burrito is ready. Thank you. Well, what is it? I mean, I've been at work on a film on the occultist and rocket propulsion pioneer Jack Parsons since 2010, when Damon and I filmed Ken Russell as the British magician Aleister Crowley. And so Parsons has been a major figure in my life. But what I like about him, of course, is that he was sort of bridging the fields of magic and science. And I find this very fascinating. And anyway, I've been into these magical concepts, and particularly the idea of the Oath of the Abyss, in which magical adept goes through life interpreting the phenomena around him as a communication, as a direct communication from God to himself. And so I don't know if I'm suffering from a kind of delusional, paranoid, schizo state of mind, or if I am living through a kind of self-created Oath of the Abyss. But nevertheless, I am living inside of a ritual in which everything from the color of my underwear to the breakfast burrito that I eat in the morning to the slices of pizza that I have, or the the colors of my shirt and these various things all represent various women and people and phenomena in my existence. A lot of it tying back to a film that I made on a painting by the artist Paul Loeffele called Alchemy. And I interviewed Loeffele on this piece, and a lot of this stuff is related to alchemical symbolism.